Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my video. As you guys can see here, I have the caliper of a 2016 Ford 250 Transit. Oh man, what a headache I had with this. So originally, I had somebody come out here to work on the rear brakes, well, to work on all the brakes, and this brake pad, this caliper right here, was on the passenger side rear, and apparently the brakes were chewed down all the way to the metal. All right, thought it was going to be easy job, but compressing this was virtually impossible to do. And I thought perhaps it was it did some damage to the caliper, so went out and got a new one yesterday. Did all this yesterday and popped it in. Everything looked fine, except I had so many issues with taking the calipers off and the emergency line and stuff like that. One of the sides of the brakes popped off, so I was doing a bleeding on this press. I was bleeding it, and then realized that the inner part of the brake shoe, the brake was the brake pad was not in there. So I was like, okay, no big deal, just take this off, put the brake pad in, compress this, and pop it back in. No problem, right? Apparently, the brand new one won't compress either. Tried everything, won't compress. Even took the brake line off just to relieve the pressure, won't compress. At that point, I knew that yeah, it's not any fault of whoever's trying to compress this. I think Ford make these brakes to, if it goes out a certain amount, you're not going to be able to compress it. On the driver's side rear, I had no issues compressing it without a problem, but that side had no issues as far as the brake pads were worn, but they weren't worn to the metal. The rotor on there was fine. I had to change out this rotor because it was worn all the way down to the metal. But I'm going to return this because it's impossible to compress. Absolutely impossible to compress. I'm going to have to exchange this for another one, and the only thing that I can think of is either a defect in the design, or it's a really bad design, or they design it this way just so you guys spend money at the dealership to change out the whole entire caliper if the piston comes out to a certain amount. That's all I can think of. And if Ford did it that way, it's a really awful, crappy thing to do to their customers, and that's the only thing I can think of, because to compress this is impossible. Do you guys see this little arrow here? I think it's telling you to turn it this way. Which goes against any kind of common sense. Okay, I turn it that way, I turn it this way, and nothing worked as far as compressing it. I used a compressor kit that I borrowed from AutoZone, and that I thought that would work. Didn't work. None of that stuff worked. If you guys are doing these brakes, make sure these pistons don't come out to a certain amount, because after they come out to a certain amount, compressing it would be absolutely impossible unless they took the whole entire thing off and took out that pin or whatever. I'm almost positive there's a pin that keeps this from contracting after it comes out a certain amount, which is beyond an awful design. It's just Ford making it an issue as far as doing this on your own, making you have to pay more money for a new caliper if it comes out all the way out. Now, I don't know if that for a fact, but at this point, after two calipers with the same issue, I'm gonna say that is a fact, unfortunately. All right, guys. Hope this has helped you out in your video. I am returning this. I'm getting another one. It comes fully compressed. I'm gonna make sure all the brake pads are in. Real careful about that, because I don't want to do this a third time. Pop it back in, and that should be it. I've been messing around with this since 2 o'clock yesterday. I was doing for all 4 brakes. All 3 of those brakes are fine, not a problem. You know, I spent like the last three hours just trying to figure this out, and it's, you know, Ford. You know, I had one of these issues in a Chrysler too, Town and Country, and it's beyond it's unconscionable if they actually designed this in a way where, you know, if the piston comes out a certain amount, it won't pop back in. It's just unconscionable. So, all right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please, you know, if you have a comment, leave a comment. Just want to know what your experiences with this. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's had experiences with this. This is a 2016 design. It's a new design. You know, there's no other way I can think of for me to relieve any kind of pressure to pop it in. If I was able to do that, I would. But with this, I just want to exchange this, pop it in, and just finish with this job because it's becoming well more than a headache, guys. All right, take care.